Okay, coincidentally it's another Samsung edge-lit. This time though it's a 49-inch. Let's have a go. Well, look what we got here, everybody. It's a Samsung. Doesn't seem that long since we had a Samsung on the bench. Oh, it was yesterday. In fact, it was exactly the same model, apart from that one was a 55-inch, this one's a 49-inch. So we've lost 6 inches. I'm just going to get the legs off. By the way, just in case you've got no idea how to take the legs off these, it's very easy. Are you ready? You just... Hello, come to me, come to me. Come on, I'm not a fly. It's very easy, you just go... Oh, is this one screwed in? Oh, this is screwed in. Okay. Idiot. Well, I can probably stand it up for now so we can see. I knew that. This is going to have exactly the same problem as the other one, of course. It's going to have a problem with the LED strip. Let's turn the lights off and have a look. If I can find the switches. Right, switching it back on. All looks normal until you get to here. That's probably going to brighten up a bit in a bit. Maybe it won't. Maybe that's the best it's going to get. Let's wait for the full screen to come on. We're not getting it on this one. Doesn't want to play. Okay, we're just going to get that. And as you can possibly see, the backlights on the bottom, even though it's an edge-lit strip, they've burnt out. The first kind of 6 or 7 inches have gone, and the rest are looking really dark, so there's probably a short on some of those. That really is bright. Sorry, that really is dark. I'm just going to check the settings. Let's just have a look where we are on this TV and the settings. Picture mode standard. And backlight is up there. I'm just going to give it a knock, which may wake it up, but it doesn't. Now this is going to be a problem. Can you see here? Yeah. That means the plastic sheet behind has got a crack in it because one of the LEDs has burnt up. And it's been burning up and cooling down and burning up and cooling down. And when you get a crack in the sheet behind, there may be more cracks. It causes that. A little line. And there may be more. We've got a set of backlights to put in this, or an edge lit, a couple of new edge lit strips to bring the picture back full, but we can't get rid of that because the sheet that is broken is not available at a reasonable cost. It's not available in the UK as a spare part. If you've watched any of my videos before, and I'm going to switch the lights back on, you will understand, you will know. That's a real shame, because apart from that, I thought this was going to be a possible good fix. But give me 10-15 minutes to take the legs off properly, and we'll take the back off. I'll take the screen out and we'll have a look and see how bad that prism sheet is. I'm still going to put the lights in anyway, but the way I work on these, I just charge an inspection fee for the customer. I then repair them, show them to the customer and say, that's the best it's ever going to be. You can walk away from it and put the money towards a new TV. I can either then take the edge lit strips out, or sometimes the customer will leave it here and I'll use it as a monitor or whatever if it's not good enough to use as a main TV. But that decision is down to the customer. If the customer thinks it's good enough and they can use it, we come to an arrangement of my labour fee and the price of the lights, which is it's never sky high. It's nowhere near as much as a brand new TV. But sometimes these get so bad that even putting brand new parts inside them is a waste of time. But I always like to try for the customer, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, back and screen coming out. Right, all clips done. Back should just come off nicely. First thing I need to do is just take out that can stay in there. I usually fold it underneath here for now, and speakers to come out. Beautiful. Stand grips to come off. Oh, that was nice and easy. Nice and easy, I like that one. That's lovely. Okay, and now we have to get out the screen. Gloves on for this, obviously, because behind the screen, I mean, we want to keep fingerprints off the screen the other side. We'll clean the screen the front side afterwards, obviously, but we also want to make sure we don't get any fingerprints on the prism sheet, which we'll get to in a second. But first of all, I've unclipped all the front now, so that can come off. Just noticed a little bit of tape on the sides. I think I've got that side. There's no tape up here. So this should lift away now. Not lifting away. More tape. Or just stuck. Just stuck, I think. No, more tape. Why would you put tape on a screen? Okay, I've done loads of these and never seen tape there actually holding the screen. I mean, it's put a mark on the screen, not that you'll see it, but because it's hidden by the bezel. Anyway, screen coming out. And this is the bit we need to look at here. So we're going to take out the top two sheets. Just realised I made a real big blunder in the other video. I said it was the prism sheet that was cracked, and it wasn't. It was the plastic sheet. And somebody commented and I said, no, but you're absolutely right. I was an idiot. It is the plastic sheet that had broken. But anyway. Take that off. Oh, it's really broken as well. Look. That has got a big crack in it. I'm sure you can see. We're still going to finish the job. Now, obviously, that's not the screen, so it doesn't mean it's end of life for the TV. Sorry, going out of focus, as this camera tends to do. It's not end of life for the TV because of that crack, because it's not the screen. But that is... No, I was right. That is the prism sheet with the crack. See, and it's the only glass sheet that can crack. So I was right when somebody said, anyway, not to worry. It's not about who's right and who's wrong, as long as I'm right. Now, because that backlight had burnt out, there's a chance the customer didn't notice a little white of flash that was coming up on the screen. Well, I noticed it, but not everybody would notice that. That just indicates to me where the fault is. It's a real shame because there's nothing I can do about that. You can't get these sheets. I keep repeating myself every time I do this model. So for those regular viewers, I'm sorry, but I've got to say it again because you'll be surprised how many people in the comments say you can get them, and then I always say to them, please show me where, and they say on eBay, and I say please show me where, and then they go quiet. I've never seen any prism sheets on eBay at all. There's a TV repair company based in France that will send them over. I think for these they're about £50–60 plus carriage, but from my colleagues in the business that are still doing it, every time they've received one, it's got a crack in it because our couriers, well, whether it's the British side of the couriers or whether it's the French side, I don't know. And if they turn up with a crack in it, the company that sent it don't want anything to do with it. As far as they're concerned, it left their factory in perfect condition. You have to argue with the couriers. Well, have you tried arguing with a courier in the UK about something? So most TV engineers now do not order them. So this is where the LEDs have been burning up. You can see the burn marks, and that crack is exactly where, I hope this is in focus, it's hard to tell on small unit. But that crack is exactly where that burn up is. So that's been running hot, 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 and then cold when it's off, and hot and cold, and eventually it's just caused that to crack. And there is a chance that by removing it, the crack is going to get worse. But as I keep saying, I'm carrying on. I'm putting the backlights in. The TV may not have a horrible picture when finished. It will just have a little white line. Now that little white line can drive some people balmy. Great word, balmy. Nobody says that anymore. Or some people don't notice it. Some people just go, oh yeah, that's fine. The last one I did, the customers were very happy, and it had a little crack. It didn't have as big as this, but it had a little crack. So I'm going to be gentle removing this glass bit. It should come out really easy. No matter how much you glue this crack bit here down, it will always look like a crack, and the light will always seep through. Remember, it's a prism sheet, so it's the light that goes up, and it's going to go up through the crack. And there's no way of doing anything about it. You can't turn the prism sheet the other way around because it's a prism sheet. Light only goes one way. But apart from that, I mean, those burn marks that I showed you, they're not the worst, and it wouldn't cause too much of a problem with the picture. But I'm afraid that crack will. But anyway, I can't do anything about that. Yeah, and that's the one that's burnt up. This backlight here that I'm touching with my finger, the LED there, I still call them backlights even though they're not. That's the one that's really burnt up, and that's exactly where the crack is. I wish these sheets were available. Somebody in the UK should sell them for 40 quid. But again, we'll still have the postage problem. And the reason I say we'll have a postage problem, I buy a lot of brand new TVs for customers. And the last two that I have purchased, which have been, I think, 43-inch Samsungs, they've all turned up with cracked screens. Brand new TVs. Luckily, because I get onto the Samsung suppliers straight away, they trust me, and they replace it straight away. Well, they should do with everybody, and I think they do. So as you can see, the old LED strips are out. New ones put back in. They took about half an hour to get in, so they're not too bad on a 49-inch. We have to test them first, though, to make sure that everything's okay. I'm just going to do a bit of cleaning up to make sure every last bit of glue and dust has gone. Right. We're switched off at the moment. I'm just going to put this in and see if both strips light up. I mean, I'm expecting them to, but yeah, we're in standby. Let's press it on, and up they come. I'm sure you can see. You'll see them flicker as per normal, but they are bright. They are very bright. All I can do now is put the TV back together, and we'll just see what the picture looks like. I can do no more than that. Just going to switch it on just to see if we get a nice even white light. Of course, the crack is underneath here in the glass, so there may be a little shine of light. I mean, it'll only be little, but for some people it can spoil it anyway. And I'm sure you can see it there. I'll turn the rest of the lights out. Yeah. And that is a real shame, because apart from that, along the bottom, it's not too bad, but that is causing a bit of a shadow up here, as you can see. It looks worse on the camera than it is, but yeah. That is such a shame. Did that go in first time? Wow. I almost said wowzers then, because that would have made me sound young and hip. I was young and hip once. 67, I think it was. May have been 68. Hopefully. Screen's clipped into place. The front bezel is on. Now just to do the finishing touches, including connecting the screen, which I almost forgot to do. Stick an HDMI lead in. HDMI 1. Okay. Stick the mains lead in. Sorry. Switch the TV on. Well, you're seeing it flicker. I'm still surprised how dark it is. I don't know why the picture is dark, but I'll go into the settings in a second. You're seeing a little shadow here because of the problems that were burnt out, but it's not that bad when you're looking straight at it. But at the moment, I can't see why. Oh, that's it. That's woke it up. It just wanted a feed. Okay. So it's a bit brighter now. Okay, I'm just putting it into the picture settings here. I can't plug my Blu-ray player into it because my Blu-ray player power supply has gone pop. There's always something going wrong. But now the picture's brightened up a little bit. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This camera angle is showing that shadow. I mean, that shadow is there, but the camera angle is amplifying it quite a bit. On this test picture from Samsung, you can see a little shadow there, but it's not in front of me. It's that shadow I'm not seeing. And to be honest with you, it could be just this test picture, but this test picture is hiding that little white shadow in the middle as well, where the prism sheet was cracked. But now I'm seeing it at full brightness, and I'm thinking, well, it is a lot better than what I expected it to be. And obviously I'm looking at a still image here. I think when I put a motion image on this, it's going to be okay. But as I say, it's not down to me. It's up to the customer. I will show it to the customer with a motion image, and it's up to them. They can either say, yeah, we can use that, thank you very much, or no, we'll put some money towards a brand new TV. But hopefully I've saved it from going to landfill. It's definitely, I mean, I now think this is good enough for a living room TV. The camera angle is not showing it at its best. It's amplifying that little shadow in the middle. But at the moment, I'm more impressed with this than I have been throughout the course of the repair. So, it's not 100%, but for those people that have been with the channel for a long time, they know these particular models never are. But if I can keep it from landfill, it's a winner. And as far as I'm concerned, on this occasion, it's a winner. Whether I make any money from it, I don't know. The customer may decide that they don't want it. But I'll let you know in the next video. Thanks for watching.